Right guys, welcome back to the workshop. So right off the bat, I just want to say this isn't a sponsored video. I'm not being paid to review the product. However, the company did reach out to me asking if I wanted to try some of their products out, and in return all they wanted from me was for me to make a video. So as they're products that I think will be useful for me in the workshop moving forward, I said yes. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at a small mouse type detail sander. So how many of you guys watching the video have actually heard of the brand Jellas? If like me you're sat there thinking, nope, not heard of them, who the hell are they? Then you're not alone, because that's exactly what I was thinking until they reached out. So I took a look on Amazon at some of their other products, like the random orbital sander, 2 different belt sanders, and the electric planer, and I was looking at the reviews to see what people's opinions were, and there are a lot of 5-star reviews and a lot of really positive points brought up by people, so that's always a good start when you're looking at new tools. So Jellas are an online retailer that sell their products on Amazon. So I'll leave links in the description where you can go and check out their products. So I'll give you a quick look at the packaging. You can see it's quite a simple box. Nothing fancy. It's quite well wrapped. So let's get this packaging open and see what's inside the box. Right. So we've got some sanding pads. Got the sander itself, feels quite weighty. The usual paperwork, instruction manual, and the extended finger sanding pad. So right out the box you get 12 normal sanding discs. These are the 11 hole variety, so you can buy these from almost anywhere. You get 4 P240 grade, you get 4 120, 4 80, you get a 120 for the extension finger for getting into difficult areas. You get a single 240 and you get 2 80 grit. Also comes with this extendable finger pad for getting into really tricky areas or tight corners or little nooks, whatever you're trying to sand that you can't get a conventional sander in. So that might actually come in handy, but I'll show you more on that later on in the video. So there's the sander itself. Feels quite weighty actually. Feels fairly solid. A nice positive on-off switch. Actually feels really nice in the hand. This little bit came on it. I'm assuming that's just to protect the front edge of the sander. So you can see you've got all the holes. These just take the standard 11 hole sanding discs, which you can pick up from almost anywhere. So there's not a lot to it. Nice big, quite comfy, ergonomically designed grip. I quite like that. And then you've got the dust port at the back, and the cable length is actually 3 meters, which is not a bad length really, considering some of the tools I have. The power cords are really short, so you have to plug them into extension leads, whereas 3 meters is not a bad length. And as far as the cable goes, it doesn't feel too cheap and like chintzy. It feels quite rubbery and quite nicely made really. It's got a nice round dust port on it with rubber O-ring attached. So if you wanted to use your vacuum hose and attach it to your vacuum, if you've got the right size adapter, that'd be simple enough to do. But if you don't want to use your vacuum, it also comes with a plastic dust box. So the black part just pulls off of here. That's just your empty section where the dust goes. In the lid, got like the vents on the outside and a filter. I don't think this is a removable filter, but you can get to it and blow it out or clean it. And you'll see it's got a recess that sits all the way round the lid, and the base just fits into that recess and clips in place. And then to attach it, simply push it in position. I mean, that stays on there nice and firmly. So overall, it's quite a nice little tool. So let's plug it in and see what it sounds like. That's not too bad. It's not a lot of vibration through your hand. According to the specifications, it runs at around about 75 decibels. So it's definitely not the most noisiest tool that I've got in the workshop. Also has a nice LED light at the front which points towards the nose of the sander, and as soon as you power it on, so if you're sanding in a dark cupboard or somewhere where the light isn't quite that good, it's nice to have the added bonus of a light on the front. So the sander benefits from a 220 watt pure copper motor, supposed to be more heat resistance, more durable, and gives lower vibration levels. Now it weighs 1,130 grams, so it's not heavy. Base is also equipped with 11 strong vacuum suction holes, which rotate rapidly through the power provided by the high efficiency pure copper motor to completely transport the sanding dust into the dust collection box. Now I don't know how efficient that is going to be, but we're going to give it a quick test and see whether it actually collects any of the dust. So if you want to sand in some really tight places, you need to add the finger attachment. Now it isn't toolless change. You've actually got a screw at the front. So if you take that screw out, this should just lift off, and then this section, you've got two little lugs on there, just fit into the front there. He says. Oh yeah, that's it. And then make sure it's lined up you just put the screw back in. So it's quite a simple changeover. And then obviously you can add your sandpaper finger pieces. So let's just say I wanted to sand in this part. This is actually the holder I made for my jigsaw. But if I wanted to sand an awkward area where I couldn't get a normal sander in, you could attach that, put your sandpaper on, and then basically that would reach right in there and allow you to sand. And it also, because of the point on it, it allows you to get right in the corners, which is ideal when doing stuff like this. So that's what that attachment is for. So for the demonstration, I'm going to use some 80 grit, and the discs, you just have to make sure you've got the holes lined up, and that way you're not blocking at any of the holes, and it should suck up a lot of the dust, and just make sure it's pushed on firmly. So for the demonstration, I'm going to give it a decent test. Those of you that have seen most of the recent videos on my channel will know what this is. It was some old hotel skirting board, and it's got a real kind of almost like plasticky coating on. So we're going to give it a proper go over with some 80 grit and see how easy it actually takes the coating off. So I took that off easy enough. We'll see if it's collected any of the dust. So I'm just going to pull the dust box off. I can see there's plenty on the table. So I don't think the dust extraction is brilliant. Let's see what we've collected. As you can see, it did pick up a fair amount. So the dust box does actually catch some of the dust, but I will say it's not fantastic, but I kind of knew that would be the case anyway. But you can see it does actually collect some of the dust, but you can also see there's quite a lot on the surrounding surfaces, and the sand is quite dusty. But I suppose unless you're buying one of the really expensive well-known brands, then you can't expect the dust extraction to be that great anyway. And for the price of this sander, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, feels nice in the hand, and it doesn't vibrate too much to the point where it's kind of uncomfortable in the hand. So that's definitely a plus. Right guys, well that's the Jellas detail sander. Overall, for the money, I think this retails at about $35.99 from Amazon. Jellas is a Amazon based company, and they also do other sanding equipment such as belt sanders, random orbital sanders. They do an electric plane. So there's a few sanding tools that they actually do. Now they have said they're going to send me the belt sander as well to do a review on. So even when that turns up, I will do another honest review on that. But overall, for the money, $35.99, it's not too bad, and I can see me using it in the future. Obviously, I can't say anything about the reliability or whether it's going to last the test of time, but I'm sure you're going to see it featured in future videos, and if anything does go wrong with it, I'll be sure to let you guys know. So, first impressions, I quite like it. So, yeah, I think for the money, apart from the, well, non-existent dust extraction, might actually fare a bit better if you attach it to a vacuum, but I haven't actually got an adapter to fit the dust port on that, so can't really test that. So as always, I want to thank you for watching. If it's your first time here and you're not yet subscribed, I'd really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, and if you tap the bell icon, you'll be notified of all my future uploads. Like I've said, there might be a future review of the belt sander. I'm not 100% sure whether they're going to send me one of those to review or not, so look out for that. And as always, thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay safe, and you'll see me in the next one. Cheers for watching, guys.